G'day guys, Lindemann here, taking a walk through the island of Tanoa in ARMA 3 Dev Branch. This is another Saboteur mission, so I will be hitting an airfield. So just having a quick look, it's kind of pre-dawn. I'm out checking the defences. They've got some armoured vehicles, just light armoured cars, but the main access ways are all defended with 50 cal machine guns, emplacements. So I'm just scouting for a gap in the defences. It's pretty lightly defended, really, considering what's there. I was looking in the editor, I was trying to add some kind of maybe transport or small aircraft or something like that, but there isn't a lot of assets in the default game to use, so I was just I added some ground attack aircraft and things like that. So on balance, this is probably a little bit too lightly defended, and what I'm going to do is look for a gap in those defences. The machine gun positions don't have overlapping fields of fire, so picking the blind spot is basically these fields with the long grass. I did also try crawling under that building. If you have a look, it's kind of on stilts, probably for some flood protection. So I had a look there. I couldn't crawl under it, but yeah, having a look forward, you can see that there's some nice grass. I've added some very fine fog as well, and the darkness sure does help. The sentries in the airfield, I've made some adjustments. I've taken away their night vision, which probably made it a little bit too hard, and I've given them flashlights to compensate. I've also taken away their helmets and given them soft covers, so I don't have to worry too much about headshots through helmets or anything like that. So just like the last Saboteur mission, I am in civilian clothing. I've got a backpack, no vest, and I've got a silenced pistol and a satchel or an explosive charge to set on my target, which is pretty much going to be some sort of fancy airplane that I'm after. So luckily for me, the perimeter fence here is very shabby with lots of holes in it. So I don't have to worry about cutting the fence or anything like that, but I can see just through the grass dead ahead there was a soldier with his weapon up patrolling, and just down further to the right there is a 50 cal machine gun in a bunker. So I've pretty much made it now into the base, and I've edited the script. If you've watched the previous video, I had a script where if you get too close to the AI, they issue you warnings, and then they pull out their guns and shoot you. And also, if you pull out a weapon, they'll treat you as a combatant straight away. This one's slightly different. It doesn't matter too much, but I've made the distance that they shoot you now very large. You can see that patrolling man just going straight past the window there. And also, it checks whether I'm in a restricted area. So it's pretty much this base. If I get seen, even unarmed, they're going to shoot me. So there's no point not having my pistol out, so I've pulled it out. You can see another patrol is going past the other way, so I was pretty lucky to duck into this building. That was probably the right thing to do. Yeah, and you can see that guy, that he probably should be a little bit more casual with his patrolling. I must have missed the behavior modification in the waypoint to set him to safe as opposed to aware, which is the default. So looks like he's a bit of a Terminator on a mission, just circling the base in a patrol route. And you can see down there we've got the 50 cal, so I'm just checking that guy out, make sure he hasn't moved at all. And now we're going to head down to the hangar, which is that large building on the right. And to get there, I figured the best way is to stick to the grass and stay low and stay away from those floodlights. Those kind of area lights are super dangerous. So there's more sentries over there as well. I'm just constantly checking to see who's going to be coming, because I don't want to be surprised by a sentry rounding the corner. So it's a bit of timing. To my front left is another 50 cal machine gun, so I need to be aware that he may see me and he can turn around to engage me from that angle. So the trucks are probably going to provide pretty good cover, so I head over there and hit the deck and crawl underneath them. Yeah, it's a little bit of a trick really to use the vehicle cover, probably more reminiscent of corridor shooters than Armor 3, but anything to break the line of sight, I guess. So we've got a sentry here on the corner who is right in my way. The front entrance to the hangar has got lots of sentries, so I really don't want to go that way. There are guys there with vehicles and multiple sentries all kind of crowded around, so I pretty much have to take the back door. So I'm looking to clear him out of the way, and another sentry comes around the corner that you can see there. So he is now also a threat, but he's also probably going to come behind me, and as I move forward there's another one coming from that direction as well. So now I've got 3 to deal with. So a bit of a decision time. If I stay put, that's probably not going to work. I could go back to the truck, or I could push forward. So I'm just thinking the best thing to do there is to stay behind that guy's back and push forward so that I'm covered from the left. And you can see he starts to get a bit jittery. Not sure why. But if needs be, I could take a headshot from there. You can see that guy's now walking that way. So I press forward to clear this guy out. Luckily, no one really hears the silenced shots very far at all. I think in real life they'll be pretty noticeable. They're not actually as quiet as people think. I mean, the main job of a silencer is to actually disguise the sound to sound like something else, but not necessarily, completely remove the volume. They're still pretty loud. So I've set the charge there, cleared out the engineer who was working on the plane, poor guy, and now we need to make our escape. So the problem with that hangar is it's very well lit, and those patrols, those sentries that go past the front door and the sentries out in the tarmac, they can see you pretty quickly if you hang around. So I've dashed in, set the charge and run away, and now it's just a matter of picking a good time and finding that gap. Another kind of challenge with this mission as well is it really is dawn. You can see I can't quite get under that truck from the front because of the curb, but take it from the side. And yeah, so the mission itself is very time sensitive. Initially you can use a bit of darkness, but you'll notice that the sun is really starting to get to the pre-dawn stage. So it's time to press on. You can see that guy there. Can't quite get a shot going to the low prone, but I can with the side prone. But he's well on his way, so no need to worry about him. And yeah, so we're pretty much just taking the reverse path to get out of here. Constantly looking for sentries, especially from that left. That's the front of the hangar where there are lots of guys there, and there's also sentries that come from there. So I'm not going to expose myself that way too much. I'm going to kind of keep a little bit covered and hope no one's coming in the other direction. And just do a low sprint. They can possibly see me from behind and get into that grass. Okay, so this long grass is a bit of a security risk as well as the holes in the fence, so I'm just exploiting that as best I can. I'm kind of out of the restricted zone probably at this point, so it would make sense to put the silenced pistol away. Also, I don't want to make too much noise, so just simply you can do a really fast prone movement with the sprint key, and it might make a bit of noise. I'm not exactly sure, and it also tires you up pretty quickly, but it's actually really fast compared to just normal prone movement. So I tend to use that quite a bit when I'm prone, unless I've got a good reason not to. And seeing as they can't really see me, I just basically can mini zoom along at the deck using the grass as cover. So that seemed to have worked quite well. I've made my escape to the tree line. It's time to look into the sunset, or the sunrise I should say, and set off that plane. You can see the explosion taking the roof off. So let me know what you think of Arma 3 acting as a saboteur. If you have any ideas for missions, let me know, and I look forward to doing a few more.
Right up ahead!